Hi, this is um, Xfce on PinePhone, and it works quite well. Um, it was compiled from the PM bootstrap and kind of works straight away. The performance is decent. You can see how quick it is to launch the Firefox, like with no buffers, just first boot, like first start. The network manager works. I configured this to work with my Wi-Fi, and it worked straight away. This is the YouTube performance. Probably, well, it's not the best you can expect. The performance is decent. You can actually see yeah, you can actually see if I do this and this, and I enable the onboard keyboard. I show you the performance of the video, because now it looks kind of fluent and it works well. Yeah, now you can actually see the problems with that sort of distro on a phone, because I'm not sure if I will be able to drag it to the middle of a screen. Oh, okay, might not be the biggest problem, but you can see that it might not be the most intuitive approach. And now if we enable the mouse, click here and get the stats for nerds, you will see that there's a little bit of dropped frames, but it's still full HD. So you can see it's full HD now, but the thing is, it doesn't drop the frames. But if I switch to landscape, I have to do this over the SSH connection, because it's a little bit more clicking than it used to be. You can kind of see here that even if the screen is still the same size, it's not as fluent as it was before. And if I do full screen, it's kind of choppy. So you can actually see the performance is not there. I don't remember how it behaved with the Mate version of the interface, but you can actually see how choppy it is. You can still watch it, but it's not the best you can expect. I'm not sure what is the reason of that, but it is how it is. However, the rest is kind of working very nice. I switched back to the portrait. Everything else works kind of nicely, but there are some problems. So first of all, I tried to connect that sort of dongle to get the mouse working, but it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work at all. So for example, let's Let me switch the terminal. Even with this size of the buttons and my fat fingers, usually I don't make any mistakes, like I'm not mistyping. And when I connect this dongle and I connect a mouse, there's no event, like nothing happened, and the mouse doesn't respond like at all. So that's the problem. I didn't have that sort of a problem with the Mate version of this distro. The other problem is that if I put it to sleep, like through here, and I ask it to just to go to suspend, and then when I wake it up, it's kind of crazy. I'm not sure why it remembered the landscape, but everything is gone, and it behaves the same way. See, save session for future logins, so it should remember the settings, but it doesn't. Other than that, everything else I tried kind of works. I played a little bit with the configuration here. I didn't find any big problems. The only problem is that if you run the onboard keyboard and then you go to the settings and you try to stick the keyboard to the screen edge. Okay, now it kind of looks better than before, because previously it covered the bottom panel, but now it kind of looks much better. Okay, the solution here, I find that you can try to click the control and then you can move it with the cursors, but it's still kind of awkward. So that might need some work if you would like to use the PinePhone as a kind of a tablet interface. But I'm kind of surprised that it works now like this way. Previously it just covered the bottom panel. Other than that, the performance is decent. Let's try, for example, the Inkscape. It's my favorite graphic program. I use it for CNC stuff and that sort of things. So I like it very much, and I use it a lot. Probably not on the PinePhone, but you will see what kind of a performance you can get from it. That's strange. Let's try to grab it. Yeah. If there would be a mouse control, that would be a lot easier. So let's draw some lines. Not sure even if it's possible this way. that sort of experience you can get from this. Close without saving. Anything else like office stuff? So let's try the calc. So well, that's how it works. So you can see that it's not the most comfortable, but it works surprisingly well even with my fingers and the tiny screen. Those are the default settings. I didn't change anything in the configuration regarding the appearance. So this is the desktop config. I wanted to show you that the settings for appearance are the same. I didn't play too much here. I changed this font to 8. It was 10 before. And that was because when I had the 10-point font, I couldn't see all those settings here. So that's why I changed it to a smaller one. But if I would have a mouse to control the system, probably I wouldn't even touch there. The power settings kind of work. You can set stuff here. I disabled everything, so it doesn't lock. But well, other than that, it's kind of the same stuff as the Mate version. The performance is there. I don't have all those memory stuff configured, but let's see, for example, how it looks here. You can see that 1 gig of RAM is still free, and it's not even in the buffers. About 20 megs is buffered. Is it possible to make it smaller? The other way. This way. Okay, let's try this way. Yeah, so we can actually see that 20 megs is both buffers and about half a gig is cached. I'm not even sure if it's using swap. Yeah, it's not using swap. I created the swap partition, but it doesn't detect it because I didn't add it to the Xfce tab. So it's not using it, obviously, but still has plenty of RAM free. That's the Xfce experience, and I find it a lot smoother, even if you don't have the phone capability, you don't have the messaging, you don't have the GPS. You probably would have to fiddle a little bit with the mouse because it's not detected, but I find it a lot much more useful in this state than all those phone distros. I think the problems here could be solved rather quickly. But still, I think there should be a way to kind of connect a pointing device, because most of the desktop applications are not easily usable without mouse. Because, for example, if you want to use the menu and you want to scroll it, there's no way to do it. And if you want, for example, to right click on anything here and you use the onboard, the moment you click anything on the onboard, the menu will disappear and you will get the right click after it's closed. So yeah, so that would be all. See you next time.